What's up, you guys? Dano here. Welcome back to the Dan Kitchen once again, coming at you with another awesome recipe. Who doesn't like chicken and dumplings? I love chicken and dumplings. I've actually perfected the perfect dumpling. So today I'm going to show you how to make the perfect dumpling. Yes, I know everybody makes their dumplings different ways. Some people use butter, some people use milk. I'm telling you what, I would put these dumplings up against anybody else's dumplings out there in America. I used to make chicken and dumplings with biscuits out of a can, and then I was like, I tried so many times to make the perfect dumpling and they would never come out right. I had somebody teach me how to make dumplings, and then I kind of put my own twist on them and perfected these dumplings. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, hit that like button, let me know what you think about this. I know a lot of you are probably gonna say, well, that's not a dumpling, it's a noodle. Hey, you know what? I'm having fun, I'm in the kitchen. Like I said, I'll put these dumplings up against anybody else's dumplings, and let me show you how to do it. So first off, we're gonna get our chicken cooking, and then we're gonna make the dumplings, so let's get started. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna start getting our vegetables cut up. So we got celery, carrots, onions. Throw our celery into our pot. Get our carrots cut up. You can see they're maybe a little old. There's nothing wrong with that. They're still good. Carrots into our pot. And we're gonna dice this up one onion. This is a yellow onion. So just dice this bad boy up. All right, so there's our onion. Pick up our little scraps, throw those in. Next thing, we're gonna take us one whole chicken. This is about a 4 or 5 pound chicken, I guess. We're gonna just throw the chicken right in. So now we got us 12 cups of homemade chicken stock. You can make it homemade, or you can go buy some store-bought chicken stock. But we're gonna use 12 cups of chicken stock. So first thing I'm gonna do, you know there's Dano's Spicy and Dano's Original. You can use whichever one you want. If I'm making it for just myself, I'm going spicy all day long. But since we got several people eating off this, I'm gonna go with the Original today. So, got a brand new bottle here. Just gonna open it up. This is the freshness seal. Now when you open this, oh, look. Oh. It's like heaven in a bottle. It's like Thanksgiving every day. We got our Danos. We're just gonna take it and we're gonna give it a generous pour. This is all of our flavor. I don't have to use salt. I don't have to use pepper. I'm just using a bunch of this Danos. Yes, I know people think, oh my gosh, you're using so much. Well, really, it wasn't that much. I mean, look where the bottle was before I opened it. I mean, 10 people are gonna eat this, and there's gonna be 10 happy people, and we're gonna give them that damn good flavor. So, there's that. Now we're gonna add our 12 cups of chicken stock. Just pour it on in. So if the 12 cups isn't enough, there's enough flavor in the Danos and there's enough flavor in this chicken stock that you can just add more water, and it's not gonna water it down at all, especially because the Danos is gonna supply more flavor. You can seriously, you don't even have to use chicken stock technically. We got the onion, we got the chicken bones in there. It's a whole chicken. We got the onion, the carrots, the celery. We're creating our own broth anyways, but you just get a richer flavor when you start with a broth and then you make another broth, so it's just flavor on top of flavor, and you got Danos in there. So let's throw this bad boy on the stove. We're gonna boil this for about an hour, and then we're gonna take it out, let it rest, pull the chicken, and then stay tuned, because now we gotta make the dumplings, the best part. All right, so now we just put a cap on it. We got it turned on high. We're gonna let that bad boy start boiling, and we're gonna see it in about an hour, and we'll see you sooner than that, because we're getting ready to make some dumplings. Ain't that right, Dano? Yeah, that's right, yeah. Get you a magnet, danoseasoning.com. Yum, yum, get you some. All right, y'all, so now it's time to make the perfect dumpling. Key factor, people tell me when I've posted this video before, I'm using self-rising flour. You can use all-purpose. I know I'm not baking it, but use self-rising flour. So we're going to go with 2 cups of self-rising flour. Then we're going to do a half stick of unsalted, softened butter. Important that you use softened. So I'm going to get half of this stick right here. I'm going to throw that in. And basically you just want to start mashing this butter in here and breaking it up and get it to where it kind of, you know, I don't know what you call it. We're just going to get the butter in there and get it mashed up and get it mixed in. And then we're going to add us 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. And then we're going to roll out our dumplings. It's going to be the best dumplings you ever had. Trust me, I know. Oh, but don't forget the key ingredient. You got to give it a little bit of that Dano's. We're going to pop the top. We call this the trigger finger, where we hit it with a little bit of that pop pop, just like that. We're going to give it a good little couple little squirts, and it just gives it some extra added flavor into our dumplings. We already got a bunch of Dano's in the pot, in our broth. Now we're just putting Dano's straight in the dumplings. These are going to be some dang good dumplings, y'all. Get those little butter chunks and just get them mashed up. Get it all blended in as good as you can. All right, so you can see I got the butter blended in pretty well. And so now we're going to take our 3/4 of a cup chicken broth. This is actually warmed up. It just mixes in better if you use a warm broth. So I'm going to add about half of it in. Save a little bit of it. We'll start mixing that in. And then we'll go on and add the rest. Just continue to mix it. And here in just a minute, once it gets to where everything starts to get really sticky, I'll start using my hands. So just continue to mix it in. Get it off the edges because you got butter stuck on the edges. All right. Now we're going to get in with our hands and we're going to start kneading this. We're going to get us a little extra little flour. Put some in like so. And just start moving this around. We're going to form it into a ball. You can always just keep adding a little bit more flour. Just keep mixing it in until we get it into a good solid dough ball. Just keep mixing that in. Just like so. Now you kind of start folding it over like that. Get these little chunks off your hands. Get it all kneaded in. One more time, fold it over, press it down. Do it again. Try and get all that flour off the edges. All right. So now we got us one big dumpling. Now we're going to roll this bad boy out. So the next step, we're going to get us some more flour. We're going to put a nice coating on our cutting board. Just like so, because you don't want it just sticking to the cutting board. So get you a nice coating of flour. And get your dough ball, lay that out. Start mashing it down. Things falling over. Add a little bit more flour on there. Now we're going to get our rolling pin. All right, because my cutting board is only so big, I'm going to go on and cut this in half. We're going to do each one of these like so. We're going to start mashing it out. Now this is where people tell me I cut it too thin, it's a noodle. Hey, you know what? These are the bomb. I don't care what anybody says. You can mash them down paper thin, or you can keep them nice and thick. I'm going to keep these nice and thick, maybe a 1/4 inch or so. Now let's get our rolling pin here. We just roll them out a little bit. like so. I'm not going to take it any thinner than that. As you can see, these are going to fluff up a little bit when they cook. So now you just take your handy dandy pizza cutter and figure out what size noodles you want. Noodles, dumplings, whatever. And we just start cutting them just like that. If you want them bigger, you want them smaller, there's these. That's going to be a big one. So these are just all different sizes. I can literally, I got enough flour on here, I can just throw them into the bowl. And then we just move on to our next one. And we just start rolling this one out. So on this second one, I already cut my first ones, and they're somewhat thin. These second ones here, I can keep them a little bit thicker so you have different texture. You got big noodles, you got small noodles, you got thick ones, you got fat ones. So however you want to do it, you can't mess it up. Might go one more like that. You can see we got small ones, we got big ones. So that's that. We'll throw these into our bowl. Now the next step is we're going to go put these in our pot. And in about 30 to 45 minutes, we're going to be eating some chicken and dumplings. All right, so now our chicken's done. We're just going to pull it out. Try to get it out in one piece. Oh man, I don't want this whole thing falling apart in here. There we go. Oh, that's hot. Oh, I about burnt my finger off. But I got the chicken out. We're just gonna let this sit to the side for a good 30 minutes or so. I can actually break it down the middle, let it air out a little bit so I can pick it up and doesn't burn my hand. So we'll just let that sit there for a good 30 minutes or so. And now let's get our dumplings rolling. All right, so we got our noodles, and you just take all these noodles and you just dump them in. I'm kidding, not really. This is important. You want to take them basically one by one. You want to salt. You don't want this boiling. You just want on like a medium to low temperature, and you just kind of drop them in one at a time. Don't put them on top of each other, and you don't want to stir them either. You just want to let these noodles slowly cook. Just kind of place them in one at a time. They take about 20 to 30 minutes or so before they fully cook. You can see they're already kind of starting to blow up a little bit, but they will just continue to cook. Look at those nice dumplings. Oh yeah. So like I said, don't stack them on top of each other and just keep loading them in. Don't stir them, just kind of push them down. And move them over to the side, make a little room. We'll just keep adding in our dumplings, just like that. So when they start to get bunched up like this, you literally just want to find little spots and slide them in, just like so. You don't want to stack them on top of each other. Just slide them in where you can, kind of like a little snake going back in its hole. Push them down, move them around. Don't really stir them, just move them around, create a little room. Get more dumplings in there, just drop them in. All right, so our dumplings have been cooking for 30 minutes, and you can see now they've become really dense and they've sunk to the bottom, so we know they're done. But just for good measure, we're gonna get us one of these big dogs right here. Look at that beautiful dumpling right there. We're going to get us a little bite. Yep, I'm going to go for it. I know it's hot, but I'm going for it. I'll do it because I love you. That's a tasty dumpling. We got our chicken pulled. We simply just add that in. I'm telling you what, give it like 2 minutes just for the chicken to heat back up. We're going to put this in a bowl. We're going to eat. I didn't have to add any flour or any of that just because the flour that was caked onto the the dumplings. That's how we got this nice and thick. So let's get a bowl. Let's plate it up and enjoy. All right, here we go. Look at that. Them big old dumplings. That's what I'm talking about, my friends. Let's go relax back over here at the Dan booth. Get a bite. All right, so we're back in the Dan booth. You wonder why I call this the Dan booth? Because when COVID happened, me and Toothpick used to travel the country. This is how we would set up at our trade shows. And basically when it happened, I had to go to resorting to social media. So I said, I'm setting the Dan booth up in the Dan kitchen. So this is the Dan booth in the Dan kitchen. We're getting ready to try these chicken and dumplings. Check it out. Check out this next recipe I got going. I got a gumbo going. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. But we're going to get into these dumplings real quick, get us a bite. I already know they're Dan good. And you know what? If you're anything like me, you know you can't ever have too much Dan-O's. So I'm gonna give me a little spicy. I'm gonna grab it off my hip right here. I'm gonna add a little spice to this. Just right on top, just like that. Just adding more flavor. It's never too salty. We're gonna get us one of these big dumplings right here. Get a dumpling, get a little bit of chicken. I don't want too much because I know it's hot. I don't want to burn my mouth, but I'm going in. Look at that right there. Oh, look at this. Here, look at that right there. Dumpling, chicken. Oh, Dan. That's Dan good. It might be the best Dan dumpling I ever had in my life. Yum yum, get you some, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the follow button. We'll see you next time.